This is Freya's number, right? My name's Beth.
Beth? I'm not sure I know a Beth.
Yes, Beth.
I don't mean to be rude, but who are you? And why are you messaging me out of the blue like this?
Huh? You really don't know who I am?
There's no Beth among my friends or colleagues, so yes, I can only conclude I don't know you.
Are you serious? You don't know me? Did you hit your head or something?
Must you insist on not telling me who you are? We'll never get anywhere like this.
Oh, you speak like a nerd.
I don't mind if I sound like a nerd one bit. If you refuse to get to the point, we have nothing further to discuss.
No, wait. Fine, I'll get to the point. You gave birth to Zach's baby, right? I saw it on Facebook.
You know my page?
I tracked you down by looking through Zach and his friends' lists.
I see.
Anyway, a nice job on the birth. You did great. I'll be coming to collect Zach and his son now.
Excuse me?
Excuse me? Which part did you not get?
It's only natural to request elucidation when presented with such an outlandish statement, is it not? Why would I hand over my husband and son to some stranger messaging me out of the blue?
You're the stranger here.
I don't follow.
Don't get me wrong. Do appreciate you giving birth to Zach's son for me, but I'll be taking them now.
What? Why would I give you my newborn baby and husband? They have nothing to do with you, and you're making no sense.
It's not going into that thick skull of yours, is it? The baby's been born now, so you outlived your use. Thanks for that. But I'll be taking over from here. We don't need you anymore. You're fired. Make this easy on yourself. Just hand over Zach and the baby and get out of the house.
Are you insane?
You still don't get it? I think you might actually be lacking in brain cells.
I'm pretty sure that's my line. What the heck do you think gives you the right to demand I give you my newborn baby and husband?
Isn't it obvious? I'm his real wife.
What?
I can't have kids on my own, but you must know how Zach needed to produce a successor to take over his dad's company. Which is why we had you act as a surrogate for us.
A surrogate? What the?
Aw, sorry to say it, but that means we're done with you now. Thanks for laying the groundwork for me, Zach, and our little one to live out the rest of our lives in happiness. But I'll be taking up the wheel from here, so you need to hurry up and get out of the car, if you catch my drift. By that, I mean he's divorcing you. LOL. Oh, yeah. That reminds me, I have to thank Zach for his efforts in tolerating you all this time so me and him could realize our dream of having a baby. We have our entire future to discuss. Hey, Zachykins. Long time no see. It's me, Beth.
Huh? Beth? Hi, yeah. It's been a while. Did I forget to block you? Bye.
Hey, wait. Don't be like that. Is that any way to speak to your future wife?
What the hell are you talking about? We broke up 5 years ago. I have a wife and kid now.
Yep, I know.
You knew, but you're still messaging me with this crap?
Obviously. Of all the guys I've dated, you were number one. The kindest, the funniest, the best looking, the tallest, and you had the fattest wallet. I heard through the grapevine you just had a baby, so I thought this was the perfect chance to discuss getting married.
What the? How did you know?
I saw the birth announcement on Freya, your temporary wife's Facebook page.
How did you find her account?
Teehee, I'm quite resourceful when I want to be. Don't worry, I sent her a text thanking her for everything she's done for us.
What? A text? How do you have her number?
So, get this. Just recently, I was speaking to Chris, one of mine and Freya's shared friends. I figured he'd have it, but when I asked, he said he didn't because they drifted apart. However, they were both still in an old group chat from way back. So we lifted it from there. Clever, right? I said I'd pay for all his drinks that evening if he gave me it. Suffice to say, I didn't need to ask him twice.
God damn it, Chris!
Anyway, shall we get down to business? When can I move in?
What?
What do you mean, what? You should be more enthusiastic about this. Now that Freya gave birth to our baby, you can get rid of her, right? What use is she now? If we leave it too long, the baby's gonna get attached to the wrong mom. We have to perform the mommy switch immediately. There's no time to waste.
What in God's name are you talking about? Cut it out! This isn't funny.
Good, because I'm not joking.
Freya is my wife, my kid's mother. You are neither. And you never will be.
What? OMG! Now that I think about it, you did marry her. What was it, 3 years ago? Uh-oh. You didn't develop feelings for her, did you?
What the hell kind of question is that? I married her precisely because I had feelings for her. Because that's how marriage works, isn't it? Our baby was born as a result of those feelings.
I guess it's not the weirdest thing in the world that you'd start to believe you had feelings for someone after 3 years together. Okay, it's decided. I'll be moving in with you this weekend.
What?
I'm gonna start getting ready straight away. Make sure you kick her out as soon as I get there, okay? It would just be awkward if we had a third wheel hanging around. Me, you, and our baby are gonna live happily ever after. It's time for our fairy tale to begin. My precious love pumpkin. You'll remember the feelings for me, and the flame of our passion will be reignited before you know it. I'm sure of it.
Do not come to our house!
Okay, baby. See you this weekend.
Freya? You didn't happen to get a weird message from a woman called Beth by any chance, did you?
Zach. Yes, I did. She said she's your real wife. She said I have to give her our baby. That I have to give her Matthew. I can't deny it, Zach. What she said terrified me. I locked myself in the bedroom with Matthew.
That woman! I can't believe she said all that crap to you. And barely 5 minutes after you've given birth.
Who is she?
She was one of the junior employees at the company I worked at before I changed jobs. For a time, she was my girlfriend.
What does "for a time" mean?
We only dated for 3 days. She started pestering me to buy her a $250 bag the day after she asked me out. She was so relentless that any interest I had in her basically disappeared straight away. The day after that, I found out she was cheating on me. I broke up with her on the spot. She begged me non-stop to get back with her for the whole 6 months until I left the company. It was so severe, I'm pretty sure I could have reported her to the cops for harassment.
I see. That explains a lot. Okay, I understand.
Do you believe me?
Of course I do, honey. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little shocked at first. But when I calmed down and thought about what she was actually saying, I realized it was full of contradictions.
Contradictions?
First of all, she seemed to be completely unaware that your dad's company had gone bankrupt.
Really?
Yeah, she said you needed a son to inherit the business. When I realized that, it dawned on me that she probably also didn't know you married into my family and took my name.
I see. Anyway, I'm just happy you were able to keep such a cool head and think things through logically. I'm so sorry to drag you into my past, babe. I know this is the last thing you need right now.
Don't be silly, Zach. You have nothing to apologize for. Nothing you could have done would have prevented your psycho ex and this creepy baby-stealing crusade of hers.
Thank you. I feel a lot better hearing you say that. That said, I have absolutely no idea where she is or what she's gonna do. and she's clearly got a screw loose. So I think it would be best to take a few precautions just in case she does anything dangerous.
I couldn't agree more.
I just got off the train. I'll be home in 10 minutes.
Okay, got it.
Zach! It's me, your one and only soulmate, Beth! I just arrived. Where are you? You're not out, are you?
What? You seriously came?
Of course!
Didn't you say you were coming at the weekend?
Listen, about that. They stopped the water and gas supply at my apartment! All I did was forget to pay the bills for a few months. I mean, seriously, what kind of company does that? The landlord caught wind of it and kicked me out. I mean, seriously, what kind of landlord does that? Not like it matters though, cause I'm gonna be your wife starting from today.
Freya is my wife!
Sure, for now. I can't pretend it doesn't sting a little that you married another woman. But I know it was a necessary evil, and we were never gonna be able to have a baby if we didn't use her. So, I can live with it. You need to get rid of her ASAP though. Today is the first day of the rest of our lives! We can finally be together forever! Me, you, and our baby. Let's build a life full of warmth, love, and happiness.
By the way, where are you?
In front of your house, sweetie. I rang the doorbell, but you or Freya are nowhere to be seen.
We're both at home.
Huh? Really? Open the door then, silly. I'm gonna freeze out here.
That's strange. I can't see anyone outside.
What? You can't? That really is strange. This is the place your parents gave you, right?
Huh? Oh, my parents' place. Well, that explains it. That's not where we are.
Oh, I see. Well, I don't mind waiting. I'll be here till you get back, okay? Hey, Zach, where are you?
Why are you spam calling me?
I accidentally filed for marriage with your little brother!
What?
I got carried away in all the excitement and I didn't realize it was his name on the papers! So it all went down like this. I was waiting outside your parents' house when Jack and your parents came back, right? They were absolutely thrilled when I told them I came to marry their son. We were all in a great mood, so we decided to go to the registry office together straight away. I mean, no time like the present, right? But just as I was checking through the documents at reception after everything had been finalized, I realized the name written on the husband column wasn't Zach, but Jack! What am I supposed to do now? This can't be happening! Where does this leave our plan to live a happily ever after with our new baby? We have to do something!
Sorry, but this has nothing to do with me. Fix it yourself.
Why?
I'm not in contact with any of my family. I cut them out of my life way back.
Huh? What the? Why?
By the way, my brother Jack just got through his third divorce. My toxic parents have played favorites with us ever since we were kids. I always got treated like crap while the golden boy got showered with love and affection. He always got whatever he wanted. Not only that, but they have a habit of bullying and manipulating his wives financially. As a result, it became an established tradition for his wives to run away in secret in the middle of the night. Each and every one of them demanded compensation through the divorces for how horribly they were treated. Word of my parents' behavior made its way to my dad's company, and its reputation took an enormous hit, which it proved incapable of surviving. That's why it went bankrupt.
Your dad's company went bankrupt?
All he has left to show for the years of blood, sweat, and tears that went into building it now is debt, and lots of it.
Debt?
I gotta admit, I didn't think anyone would be crazy enough to marry into that family again. But needless to say, they didn't give up in their hunt for new victims. And if anything, probably stepped it into high gear after the bankruptcy. You showed up out of the blue offering your hand in marriage must have been a godsend to them. It's only natural they'd be over the moon. You should have been more specific about which son you meant.
Wait, what? No! You're my husband, not Jack! You! Save me quickly, please!
You know, it's funny. I don't think you're even aware, but this whole time, you've been harping on about the baby. You never once asked about its name or gender, did you? Come to think of it, you literally haven't shown an interest at all.
Huh?
It just proves that the baby was only ever a tool for you to get what you wanted and obtain your twisted vision of a happy life. Is there a man on earth who'd want to marry a woman like that?
You do, right? It's you I want.
You know what? I'm just gonna block you. First of all, I cut the friend who leaked Freya's private information to my psycho ex out of my life after giving him hell for what he did. Both Freya and I changed our phone numbers, and we took all legal measures we possibly could. I'm already in the process of changing jobs again, and we plan on moving away before the end of this year. As for Beth, she now lives in a hellish world of her own creation. Jack and my parents, determined not to let bride number 4 escape, put in place a rigorous system of rules, restraints, and surveillance, not to mention took control of her bank account. On top of that, they're constantly reminding her of her duties and obligations to provide them with a grandchild and successor. I hear she still hasn't told them she has a genetic condition that makes her incapable of having children. I can't say I feel bad for her. They're all as bad as each other, and they all deserve everything they get. I'm not gonna lie, it's been kind of entertaining watching it all play out from the sidelines.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Big bro, got a minute? I need to talk to you.
What's up, Bella? You need to talk to me?
How long do you plan on living at home? You can't keep sponging off Mom forever.
Huh? Where the hell did that come from?
You need to find a job and move out. How long do you think it's been since you left your last job? You spend all day at home being a nuisance to Mom. Dad would be turning in his grave.
No, really, what are you talking about? I have a job. I make money working from home.
Lies. I heard you do nothing but laze around playing on the computer. I bet you're playing video games.
You heard? From who?
Mom, duh. She said she was worried about you yesterday on the phone. You're a grown man, yet you never go out to work. You do nothing but sit at home. She said you're eating through what little money she makes working part-time. Have you no shame?
What is this? I told you, I have a job. I earn just as much as I did before by working at home. Gah, I tried explaining this to Mom already.
I don't know anything about working from home, but Mom said she wants you to go outside and work. Having a son who's holed up at home all day is bad for her reputation.
Mom said that?
Yeah, you'll never get married and you'll never give her grandkids. She said you're a disobedient disgrace of a son.
Seriously? Mom really thinks that about me.
She's not the only one. I agree. I can't trust someone like you with looking after Mom in the house. So will you just leave?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm gonna be living with Mom from now on. So get out.
No, seriously. What are you talking about? Aren't you married? What about your son? Your husband?
Oh, I divorced him. I'm bringing my son and moving back in with Mom.
Huh? Divorce? Why?
Why does it matter? Don't go sticking your nose in my business, neat.
But divorce? Really?
Anyway, I'll be supporting Mom at home from now on. So you need to get out and live on your own. We have no interest in looking after an ungrateful neat of a grown man who can't even find a wife. Hurry up and stand on your own 2 feet.
Hold on a minute. Do you have Mom's agreement on this? Are you sure you haven't just arbitrarily decided on your own?
Of course, this is what Mom wants too. She said she'd have more peace of mind living with me, her daughter. She's over the moon about being able to live with her grandson too.
So Mom's in on it too?
Yep, so hurry up and get gone. At least I'll look after Mom and the house properly. You better be quick about finding a job.
Fine. I've been supporting this family as the eldest son ever since Dad died 5 years ago. But if this is how you and Mom feel about me, then I'll go. However, I will be taking everything that's mine from the house. I won't be taking care of the place or Mom anymore either.
You don't have to tell me that. I'd never rely on someone like you anyway. What could a NEET like you possibly do for us? What do I care if you take all your stuff? I'd feel gross using anything that had your grubby NEET hands on it anyway. If anything, if you left it, I'd have to set it on fire.
Are you sure this is what you want? Can you guys definitely get by and run the household on your own? You should know this means breaking off all ties between us.
Boring. Could you, stop droning on? Hurry up and disappear, NEET. You're the shame of our family.
I'm not giving you any more money.
Huh? Who the hell would want your money? It's not like a NEET could earn anything decent from some pathetic side job. Keep your money.
Okay, you're the one that said it. I mean it. I'm not gonna help you. Don't come asking for anything.
Right back at you. Don't come asking us for anything. Because I'm not as soft as Mom. I don't take care of NEETs.
Yeah, I get it. I'll get my stuff together and be gone within a week. Send you the change of address documents and other necessary paperwork by post. See to them on your end.
Duh, obviously. You should be worrying about yourself instead. Make sure you find a job before you end up homeless, NEET. LOL. Ugh, pick up. Did you take Dad's money? Don't screw us around, you NEET scumbag.
Huh? What? What do you mean, Dad's money?
Don't play dumb. Dad's inheritance. I looked for it after you moved out, but it was nowhere to be seen. You have it, don't you? Where did you stash it? Did you take it with you? Thief!
I don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about. Dad's inheritance is gone.
What? Gone? How? Did you spend it all?
No, I didn't spend it. Mom did.
What? Mom?
To be more precise, she got tricked by a scammer straight after Dad died. She got into debt. They got the guy who did it, but she didn't get all the money back. She had to use all the money from Dad's will to pay off the debt. So pretty much all that's left from his will is the house itself and the land it's built on.
No way. How have you been getting by all this time then? Mom's part-time job alone can't have covered everything.
I told you already. I have a job too. You didn't believe me in the slightest.
That can't be true. After all, I heard that people who work from home barely make anything at all. And that it's not enough to support a household. I read it online.
I don't know what kind of information you've been looking at on the net, but I make more money than I did at my old job working from home.
More than your old job? How do you make that much?
I do the same job as I did at my old company as a freelancer now. I get work from clients I met through the company back in the day. My income went up because I don't have to spend as much on gasoline or food anymore. There is an electricity bill, but that's trivial.
Huh? So you really were the one supporting the house this whole time? You weren't relying on Dad's inheritance?
That's right. You can't rely on something that doesn't exist. And it's not like you could maintain a household on the money from Mom's part-time work alone. In fact, nearly everything she earns goes on medical expenses and going out with her friends.
What? So what about the allowance she's been giving my son this whole time? And the money for the party to celebrate him moving up to the elementary school?
It came out of my own pocket money, obviously. It's not like Mom has any savings. I gave it to her every time.
I always thought it came out of Dad's inheritance. I can't believe you make so much money. I had no idea.
Yep, well, I do. Looks like my name's clear of all stealing and using up all of Dad's inheritance, huh? Let's end this conversation here.
Wait a sec. If you have that much money, won't you send a little back home every now and then?
What? Why?
You might be moving away, but you're still the eldest son. Even if you leave home, you have a duty to support your family. I'll be taking over with looking after Mom in the house from now on, so you could think of it as rewarding me for my efforts, or thank you money.
The hell are you talking about? You said you don't want my money, and that you'd never rely on me. You said that barely 10 days ago.
Well, I did, but that was because I thought we still had some of Dad's inheritance. I didn't know you were making so much money. Plus, the reason I divorced my husband in the first place is because I thought we still had Dad's money. Gah, I quit my job to move back in with Mom, you know, only to find out the inheritance is all gone. There's no way we'll be able to get by. I have a small child to think about. Please keep sending us the same amount you've been paying all this time.
Not my problem. It's your own fault for quitting your job on the assumption we still had Dad's money. You want me to keep supporting the family finances just like I've been doing up until now? You call me a neat. You call me an ingrate. Then you come crawling to me the moment you're in trouble? You've got some nerve. Have you no shame?
No, I told you I didn't know. It's not my fault. Anyway, can you at least support us till I find work? I'd be really glad if you could carry on sending us a little after that too. Big brother, please. Think of it as sending a lifeboat out to your adorable little sister and nephew.
Nope. I don't look after neets who go back home to sponge off their moms. You're the one who said you were going to take responsibility for taking care of Mom and the house. Don't rely on me.
Gah! Are you really gonna abandon your family? Would it be okay with you if me, Mom, and your nephew ended up wandering the streets?
What happens to you isn't my problem. I am a disobedient disgrace of a son, after all. I don't have any intention of supporting the family that booted me out. Not only that, do you really think I'm gonna give a single penny to someone who can't even apologize to me?
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I called you a disgraceful neat. Big brother, please, help us.
N-O-P-E. I'm done with you. And I'm done with Mom who filled your head with all those lies about me. I'm gonna enjoy living on my own for the first time to the fullest. I just splashed out in a high-rise tower apartment in the nicest area in town. I'm free!
You're gonna live on your own in a high-riser tower block while your mother and sister are struggling to get by? How could you? Oh my God, how could this be? This isn't what was supposed to happen!
Anyway, I hope it works out for you both. You can't sponge off your mom forever. Good luck finding a job, neat! After frantically looking for work, Bella got a job at a local supermarket. But I heard she caused some trouble with her coworkers due to her selfish, stubborn personality and quit after just a month. People in the neighborhood started keeping their distance, and my family became social pariahs. Apparently things were rough at home most days too, with Bella and my mom constantly locking horns. She'd say, "This is all your fault for not explaining about my brother or Dad's inheritance properly." When I found out, I felt awful for my nephew having to grow up in that kind of environment. So I gave Bella's ex-husband a call and asked if he'd have him instead. My ex-brother-in-law rushed to the house in a panic, and after winning custody rights, took him back to live with him and his own parents. With that, Bella got even more aggressive and confrontational, and I lost count of how many times Mom called begging me to come back. But I just said, I'm busy living alone for the first time, and left them to it.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hello, Margot. Can we talk?
Oh, hello, Pamela. What is it? Is it some kind of emergency?
I just heard something from another girl in the same department. You're in that mountain climbing club, right? And I hear you're planning a spring climbing tour?
Yeah, that's right. We're planning an overnight hike. We'll be sleeping in tents. The weather is perfect and the leaves will be changing color about now. It will be quite beautiful around this time of year.
I also heard that Mr. Holden in the HR department will be taking the trip. Is that true?
Yeah, that's right. Jim's a member of the mountain climbing club, so yeah, he'll be joining us.
Oh, really? That's great. About this trip. Would it be okay if I join this trip?
I didn't know you had an interest in mountain climbing, Pamela.
Well, yeah. I don't really have a lot of interest in mountain climbing. It's just that I wanted to get to know Mr. Holden a bit more.
Oh, I see. So that's what this is about, huh? Well, it's not a very high mountain, and a beginner can climb it no problem. I don't see a problem if you join us. The only thing to keep in mind is that you don't do anything dangerous or anything that would disrupt the others. If you can abide by these rules, you can join us.
Great! That's wonderful. Okay, I want to join.
Alright then, I'll talk to the team later about it. Oh, yeah, we're going to be camping in tents partway up. So you're going to have to bring your own stuff. Tents, sleeping bag, all the necessary stuff for camping and hiking. You probably don't own any stuff like that, I suppose. You don't have any mountain climbing gear like a down jacket, cooking utensils, hiking boots? Do you want me to recommend a tent that even a first-timer can assemble?
Oh, thanks, but I'm okay. I have a little experience camping and hiking.
Oh, really? Wow! I didn't expect you to be the type to own any stuff like that. So, I guess you know what to prepare. You have the right clothes?
I want to make a good impression on Mr. Holden, so I'm planning to wear this.
Are you planning to wear this on a hiking trip?
Yep, that's right. This outfit is so cute. He'll love it. It's actually very easy to move around in. This is gonna be super fun.
You do realize that this is not a picnic? I said a first-timer could climb it, but it is nevertheless a mountain, so it could be a little dangerous climbing in that outfit. Could get hooked on branches and such. Doesn't seem too warm either. Is it waterproof? It gets pretty cold at night, so I suggest you wear something a little warmer.
Huh? You mean like hiking clothes? Like that baggy outfit you were wearing in that photo? Actually, I want to impress Jim with my kind of hiking outfit. I really can't wear something like that. I would look like some guy. It would completely mask my shapely figure.
Mountain climbing is not about fashion or showing off your figure. I'm telling you from experience, going in an outfit like that could be dangerous. And those shoes. The mountain trail is not paved. There are rocks and branches lying all over the place. You need proper hiking boots.
Don't worry about it. I'll be fine. Last summer, I went to Yosemite National Park with my family. I wore a pair of tennis shoes the whole trip. Never had a problem. We camped out near the lodge. It was really fun.
Hold on a second. You mean to tell me that your camping and hiking expertise was at Yosemite and a family campsite?
Yes, that's right. We cheated a little bit with the lodge nearby, going to the bathroom and all.
Well, if that's the case, now that you were way out in the wilderness of Yosemite, that certainly would be impressive. But the campsite at the lodge? I'm sure there are plenty of other families around, right?
Yeah, it was summer, so it was pretty crowded. There were a bunch of camping cars in the parking lot area, too. Wish we had one of those.
So, it was more like a picnic rather than a real mountain climbing trip, am I right? This trip is a little different. There is no lodge nearby, and you'd have to pee in the woods. You would have to climb for miles up rough mountain trails, and if it rains, through the mud. What's more, you have to carry your own tent, sleeping bag, mattress, everything.
I know all that, don't worry. I can handle a little rough terrain, no problem. You want to be fashionable, you have to take a little abuse, right? Like with high heels.
Yeah, right, but at night it gets pretty cold. You go in that outfit and you'll freeze to death. Make sure you bring a warm jacket, preferably a down jacket and a warm sleeping bag.
Oh, come on, it can't be that bad. When we went to Yosemite, I slept like a log in the tent. When you climb a mountain, you climb closer to the sun. Obviously, you get warmer, right?
Are you serious? Didn't you study geography in school? Anyway, if you want to join us on this trip, you have to have the right outfit and equipment. You have to be 100% up to the task.
No way, I can't do that. How am I supposed to impress Jim if I dress in that kind of clothes? I would look like a construction worker. Next thing you'll say is that I need a helmet. I plan to go in the cutest and most fashionable outfit. So, there.
I can't allow it. If you're coming on this trip, you have to prepare the right outfit and equipment. If you check on the internet, it will show you a list of things you need for overnight mountain climbing trip. I suggest you check it out.
Oh, please, Margot, I know you're my senior in the office, but this jealousy thing is not very becoming.
Huh? Jealousy?
Yeah, I mean, you're the only woman in the club, right? And I know you have an eye out for Jim. So, you're jealous that I want to join. That's it, right?
Huh? Who even suggested that?
I know you're jealous of me. You want to make me dress in some drab outfit and make yourself look good, am I right? You're trying to draw us apart, I'm sure of it. I didn't realize you were such a jealous woman.
I really don't know what you're talking about. This has nothing to do with mountain climbing. Mountain climbing is not as easy as it sounds, and it can get very dangerous. The weather can change, someone can get injured. There are lots of risks involved, and you want to join us in that outfit. I just can't allow it. All I'm saying is that you need to be prepared for your own good.
That's just all an excuse. You're just envious, I know it. I really can't believe you, Margot. I mean, trying to stand in the way of me and Jim, you have no right to do that.
How can I explain this to you? All right, I have nothing else to say then. But all I have to say is, just do a little research on what you need to prepare or you'll regret it. If anything happens, it's on you. You are responsible for your actions. You got that? I will not help you if you're in trouble. Just remember that.
Yeah, now you're talking. I'm really going to show Jim. He'll be really impressed with my outfit. I'm sure of it. Oh, yeah, Margot, if you want to get a guy, I would dump those baggy outdoor stuff with something a little more fashionable. Oh, hey, we could go together. I'll pick you out some nice clothes. My fashion sense is out of this world.
No thanks. I will just concentrate on mountain climbing. Don't come crying to me later.
Margot, please help me. I'm freezing my ass off.
Yeah, I can imagine. I knew it would turn out this way. You should have taken my advice.
My feet hurt, and I'm starving. I can't get this tent up. Please help. Why won't anybody help me? Last summer, when we went camping in Yosemite, all the guys put up our tents and laid out the sleeping bags.
Like I said, up here you do all that yourself. You carry your own equipment, and you set up your own tent. That's basic. You should have predicted setting up the tent before you came, and you should have set up the tent way before it got dark. You're the only one who hasn't even started. And, sorry to say, nobody intends to help you. Up here, you're on your own.
Huh? Why won't they help me?
Because everyone's pissed at you. That's why.
Huh? What do you mean?
Hey, Pamela, do you not realize that you've been a total pain in the ass this whole time? I warned you countless times, and you still chose to come in that outfit and those shoes. When we first gathered, everyone was so worried and even suggested renting the proper equipment at the lodge. But you insisted that you would be fine and shunned everyone's advice. Well, once we got going, what do you know? You had some sore feet. Blisters on your feet from those shoes. You would like to take a break anytime you felt like it and try to get others to carry your stuff. You just disturbed everyone's pace. We couldn't very well leave you behind. You were a total pain. That's why everyone is pissed at you. Don't expect anyone to help.
But what can I say? I didn't expect it to be so rough. And Margot, you said even a beginner would be able to climb it.
If you had the proper outfit and equipment, this mountain is a breeze. You saw those kids that came after us. They were like 10 or 12 years old. But you came in normal city clothes and tennis shoes. Please. And you bring all your stuff in a big shoulder bag with these little trinkets hanging off it. And moreover, you didn't even bring any proper food or clothing gear, begging others for extra food and hot water.
But camping means barbecue, right? That's why I brought a lot of stuff to cook. But nobody brought along a grill to cook all the stuff. What was I supposed to do?
Did you really expect someone to carry a big old barbecue grill? Are you nuts? Nobody in their right mind brings raw meat and vegetables on an overnight mountain climbing trip. We usually carry dried foods and canned goods, something you can heat up in a tiny stove. Everyone brings their own food and cooks their own stuff. That's the rule. It's completely different from what you're used to. This is not about driving to a campsite and preparing a barbecue. All you had to do was do a bit of research on the net, as I suggested.
But...
No buts about it. Because of you, our arrival at the camp spot was delayed considerably. It was already getting dark by the time we started setting up our tents. We have an early start in the morning, so we really wanted to get things set up early. But you kept taking breaks every few minutes, and when we arrived, you kept pestering everyone to help set up your tent. I mean, who do you think you are? A princess or something? This whole trip that we were all looking forward to was a total disaster. This is all on you.
But I couldn't help it. All I wanted was to have Jim say I was cute. That's all. What's wrong with that? I wanted to enjoy the scenery and barbecue with him. That's all. You understand, don't you?
Jim was probably the one that was the most pissed off. He loves mountain climbing. He's even been overseas. He said that you have no respect for the mountains, a complete disregard for nature. He's completely fed up with you. He's furious.
Huh? Are you serious? Does he hate me now? Oh, what am I gonna do?
I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't hate you. The mountains can be beautiful, but the beauty can also be dangerous. If you really wanted to appeal Jim, you should have worn the proper mountain climbing gear and did a little research before you joined us.
Oh my god, this is not happening! What am I supposed to do now? Am I even going to survive?
How am I supposed to know? You got yourself in this predicament. Figure it out for yourself.
I hate this. I'm freezing. I'm hungry and the bugs. Ugh. Do something about these bugs, please. Anyway, I'm freezing my ass off in here. Can I go to your tent, Margot? Please tell me where you are. I don't know which tent you're in. Are you over by the ridge?
That's impossible. This is a one-man tent. There isn't enough room. I'm sure everyone else is asleep by now. So you're just going to have to suck it up and sleep in that tent.
But my tent hasn't even been set up yet. I didn't even bring a blanket. I'm too cold. I can't sleep.
I told you 1,000,000 times. You're responsible for everything you do. I have no intention of helping you. Just make sure you don't freeze to death.
No, please, Margot. Please help me.
Just try to get some sleep. We have an early morning start. Good night, Pamela.
Oh, please, Margot, don't leave me out here all alone.
The next morning, I went over to where Pamela had set up her tent. She apparently never got the tent set up. She was instead wrapping up in it. She was shivering with cold. I felt pity for her and cooked her some hot instant soup. I discussed the situation with the others and opted to take her back down the mountain. Fortunately, all she suffered was a mild cold and recovered after a day of rest. But she lost all respect from all the club members, especially Jim, who was still furious with her for ruining the whole trip. He no longer wanted to have anything to do with her. Other than work, he avoided her at the office whenever possible. As for Pamela, she was distraught. Not for the mess she made, but for ruining her chance at winning Jim's heart. If you just go off on your own and not take the advice of others, you end up reaping the consequences. After about a week, I decided to climb that same mountain again, alone. I was able to enjoy the beautiful scenery from the top, so serene and quiet. Mountain climbing can be a hazardous sport, but if you have the right equipment and dress properly, and the right attitude, it can really be a wonderful experience.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.